The Hill has a lot of great history and many phenomenal restaurants. My favorite place to go is LoRusso's Cucina. I was lucky enough to sit down with the chef and owner, Rich LoRusso. LoRusso's Cucina used to be Luigi's Pizza until LoRusso's opened in 1989. Before the restaurant opened, they owned a small cafe on Hampton Avenue on the Hill. Miss Chef LoRusso, thank you for joining me tonight. I have a few questions I'd like to ask you.
My pleasure.
How did your family get to St. Louis?
1912, my grandfather came over from Sicily, Casa Termini. He got settled in, and then a year later, my grandmother came over. They were married here in 1913.
Okay. And what restaurant do you own?
We own LoRusso's Cucina.
And where is that located?
We're at 3121 Watson Road. We've been there for 30 years. And prior to that, we were at a smaller storefront location for 3 years. Opened in 1986.
And have you always been on the Hill?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Born and raised, and moved off for a few years, but
how many employees do you have?
we have 34.
And how many people does the restaurant seat?
Restaurant seats about 230 people.
And how big is it?
7,000 square feet.
Hi, how are you?
May I get a tour?
Of course.
All right.
Just follow me. So this is our main dining room. And we're not open for business yet, but our staff is here setting up for the evening. It's a Saturday, so it's going to be very busy. And pretty much every table is booked because it's the holidays. So we're looking forward to a really productive night. We have little cubby holes over here for people that like to have a little more privacy, and they request those all the time. The kitchen is over here. That's the important place where all the food comes out. You kind of scroll in there, and they're always hard at work. The chef will go back to the
Hang on. Did you get it?
How's that? You can do the bar too, but then the whole liquor thing.
Okay.
What about the pictures that are in the hallway back
yeah.
here? Come,
Yeah,
these
okay.
are cool.
Little addendum. Or even maybe if you could just cut.
How long has your longest employee been with you?
Our longest employed
Your longest?
person?
Yes.
That would be Pam, who's been with us. We actually started working together at the age of 16, and she's been working with us for the last 31 years.
Why did you get into the restaurant business?
Well, I dropped out of high school. I got a job as a dishwasher, and just kind of moved up the ladder from there.
Oh.
I enjoyed what I was doing. I enjoyed working with people, and rest is history.
Would you recommend dropping out of high school?
Well, of course not.
Do you have any college experience or training with cooking?
Sure, yeah. After I got my GED, I went to the Forest Park Community College, which had a culinary program that I went to for a couple of years.
What famous people have dined at your restaurant over the years?
Lots of famous people. I mean, from sports figures to actors to comedians to, I mean, just a whole barrage. But the Archbishop. We have a few Cardinals, a couple of Mets. Uh,
This is perfect.
but you know, when people come to our restaurant, they come to us to get away from all of that. They come to our restaurant to be themselves and not to be hounded for an autograph or a picture opportunity. They're really not coming to our place to be recognized. To come and get away from all that.
Have a good meal.
Yes. What is the most requested? What is your most famous dish?
Our most popular dish that we serve is the tenderloin bodega. And even though it's an Italian restaurant, people think of pasta and veal. But this particular dish has been our most popular dish since the day we opened, and really it's considered the benchmark for other restaurants that prepare the same thing. It's very consistent over all these years. People come back and they're just amazed how the flavor profile is still what they remember.
What is your favorite dish?
My favorite dish is cioppino, which is a seafood stew. My family resides from Sicily, which is, you know, it's an island. So we try to do lighter fare, a lot of fresh seafood, grilling, all those type of things. So yeah, that is my favorite dish, and it was considered by Rick Majerus, who's the basketball coach at St. Louis University. He said it was the best cioppino he had in the entire world. And he was quite a traveler.
I understand you have a fundraiser called the Pasta Bowl.
Yeah, the Pasta Bowl was created to assist in Operation Food Surge, which helps out the local food pantries. We are very involved with a lot of different charities, a lot of different charities. And this one, because it was a food pantries, it was very easy for us to adopt that because it was something that we do every day. And we asked people to submit their recipes, and we picked the best recipe with a one-night dinner event. People vote on it, and got quite a few famous people have won that award. And to the date, we've rated over 65,000 people.
Would I know anybody?
$65,000.
Would I know anybody who's won?
Oh yeah, your grandmother. She's won like 5 times. But that's because she brings so many people and they vote for her dish.
You've been exposed. How long have you been friends with my grandparents?
Oh, I think we're 29 years. We met when she was the chairperson for the March of Dimes Chef's Dinner Auction, and they recruited me to be one of the restaurants, and I'll volunteer my services to recruit other restaurants. That was some 29 years ago.
Other business ventures you've partaken in?
I'm sorry?
What are other business ventures you've partaken in before?
Well, for a short time, I had 2 different restaurant locations. We also had a bakery that was baking for both of those restaurants, and we were selling retail and to other restaurants. But now we're just down to the one location right now, which is enough.
Mm-hmm. What is so special about the Hill?
What?
What is so special about the Hill, and the importance
Well,
of
the
having...
Hill is an incredible area which was settled in the late 1800s by French fur trappers because there was a natural river that ran through it. But in the late 1800s and early 1900s, it was discovered that there was clay mines. There was a lot of clay, and a lot of the, obviously Italy is very mountainous, and they had a lot of miners that required hard work, and the Italians are very hard working people. And they came here, and at one time, and that's why St. Louis is all bricks. because there was 11 brick factories on the hill at one time in the early 1900s. And my grandfather worked in the brick yards, and there's clay mines that run all the way from the hill all the way to Crown Inlet to the river. Once the Italians came to the hill, they soon found out that the food that they loved so much was not there. So as time went on, people were creating their own dishes and they were sharing all their knowledge, and that's how the restaurants opened on the hill. You know, people decided to open a restaurant. Emo's Pizza is a perfect example. They were both marble masons, and the one brother decided, I want to start making pizzas. So in 1964, he decided to open a pizza operation, and there it is. The church is really the nucleus of the hill. That's where everything revolves around. And across the street, just this past year, a piazza was built, and the Emo family, it's called Piazza Emo, and it's a beautiful 30-foot marble fountain that it's really going to be a cornerstone of the hill, and with tremendous reflection on what the hill has and how tight it is. And I mean, we're on fourth generations, where people are coming back to the hill. It's really an incredible place.
Thank you for sharing your time with me. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
If you want to get to LoRusso's from Parkway West, go left onto Clayton Road, and then go north on 141 to Highway 64. Go east on Highway 64 until you reach Watson Road. Exit the highway on Watson Road and go right. Follow Watson Road south until you get to LoRusso's on the right side of the road.